that democracy depends not just on having an educated public, but having an educated public that the vast majority of whom start in public education. Public education is the one institution that's bonded our people together as one nation and one culture under one flag, and privatizing that destroys that underlying ability and, in essence, is a real threat to the democratic system.
Let's move back to Raleigh, and on the same topic, there's a legislation now about removing a class size mandate from public schools. There are a lot of talk about a lack of investments in our public schools. What do you hope comes out of this legislative session for North Carolina schools?
Well, I think the governor and having a new governor will aid this process. But I think a sustained commitment, strengthening of our commitment to really paying teachers, paying principals, getting that average up over the next several years in a balanced way that sets the base higher. It's not sufficient to be giving out merit pay here and merit pay there. We're talking about a base that's one of the lowest in the country. So I think that has to happen. And number two, and I believe it will, I think there'll be better consensus. But again, I worry about the current legislative majority looking at public education and trying to do something, but only at the margins, doing it for show. And I think that's a real problem. So we have to go back to sort of the base issues of a lack of resources in the public schools. We have to go back and look at how we're treating our public school personnel. And I think all of those things need to change. We'll see what comes out of it, but I do expect that there to actually be a little more accommodation here and a little more consensus building.